Welcome to my backyard. This overgrown cesspool of neglect features weeds which stand over 6 feet tall. It has weeds which grow from the rocks, weeds which grow in the flower beds. It even has weeds which grow in places where tomatoes are supposed to grow. Along with the weeds, you'll find an array of discarded goods which serve as a constant reminder that my backyard is the land that time forgot. Unfortunately, things don't get much better up here on the deck. There's this ragtag assembly of patio furniture which looks like it's from Discount Patio Furniture Warehouse. The entire backyard looks uninspired, neglected, sad, and just plain boring. And I plan to do something about that. Welcome to the Honey-Do List, a video series dedicated to taking care of all of those jobs around the house that involve a little bit more work than just cleaning. So let me give you some context here. When I started filming this video, Melissa's birthday was fast approaching and she really wanted to have a patio party with some friends in our backyard. But the backyard isn't really exactly ready to host a party. So what we're going to do is change that, and we're going to start by getting rid of all of the weeds. All you need for this job are some garden waste bags, some gloves to protect my dainty fingers, and some music. I think the Doobie Brothers make for great weed pulling music. The only other thing that's needed for this job is patience, especially with this many weeds. I knew I was going to be doing this for hours, so I just focused on the job at hand and literally took it weed by weed. Instead of providing boring narration while I weed for the next 5 hours, I thought I would share 3 quick weeding tips with you. Alright, tip number 1, leave no root behind. It's important to try to remove as much of the root as possible to avoid the weed just growing back. So it's best to pull the weed by grabbing at the very bottom, really close to the ground, and then do it with a firm and steady grip and then pull straight up. It's almost like you can feel the roots sliding out of the ground if you do it right. Tip 2, the wetter, the better. Try and pull weeds after it rains. Or better yet, give the area a quick rinse with a hose to make the ground moist and easier to pull from. Tip number 3, get them while they're young. As ironic as it is for me to be giving you this piece of advice when you're literally watching me pull weeds which are older than I am, it's also very easy to remove weeds when they are tiny. The roots kind of come straight out, so don't be like Chad and don't wait till they are 6 feet tall. Five hours. I can't believe this took 5 hours of my life. I can't believe how exhausted I am from pulling weeds, but that's probably also because I'm old and out of shape. The good news is that the backyard already looks 100 times better simply by removing the army of weeds back here. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of greenery in between the rocks, but I'm going to get to that shortly. However, the flower beds look like flower beds again, and I'm proud of the changes that have already taken place. I am done for the day. Good morning. The sun is out, the gloves are on. Let's get back to work. I went to the garden center this morning and picked up a few things, including 10 bags of soil, 4 bottles of vinegar, and some very nice plants and flowers to gussy up the garden with. The first job today is going to be using vinegar to kill off the rest of the greenery growing out of the rocks. I'm going to put the vinegar into this empty Weed B Gone jug since it has this handy battery-powered wand. I've never tried vinegar to kill weeds, but apparently it's rather effective, and vinegar is way cheaper than store-bought weeding products, so I'll use this and see how it goes. Now let's get to these flower beds. I will admit that I really enjoy gardening. There's something so satisfying about planting something and then seeing it grow over the years. I would like to do so much more with these garden beds, but alas, I don't have much time to get this all done. But I did have time to fill the flower beds with new soil, 10 bags to be exact, and also fill out the empty areas of the garden with some new plants and some new flowers. These will not only look great, but they will fill the garden out, so therefore weeds have less space to grow. So that's a good thing. And that's that. As you can see, we have a few things which have now made an appearance now that the weeds have gone away. Planted some nice flowers, some hostas, there's a few boxwoods. There's a few things in here that actually might be weeds, not too sure. Let me know in the comments if there's anything in here that's a weed. Okay, if we take a look at the whole backyard situation right now, I suggest it's coming along pretty nicely, if I may say so myself, especially when you consider what it used to look like. So now it's time to tackle the deck. We will kick things off by cleaning all of the patio furniture. Here I'm rinsing all the cushions off with a hose, and then I'm going to use this iron handle brush and a simple solution of a few squirts of dish soap and some warm water. That's it. The rest of this job just involves a little bit of elbow grease. Then I cleaned the side table and this planter, and then the frames for the patio furniture. And then I cleaned the big table. Finally, I gave these Muskoka chairs a good scrubbing too. Okay, I was really looking forward to this part. I'm going to take this table, this planter, and this other planter, which I scavenged from the front yard, and I'm going to spray paint all of them. I chose this really nice rich blue color for the planters. I used this bright, fun cyan color for the side table. And I went really bold by painting the Muskoka Chairs orange. Now, I like taking chances with color, so let's see how this all comes together. Please don't make fun of me for getting a bunch of spray paint on my deck. I'm fully aware of it, and I was planning to paint the deck at a later time, but you won't see the stains shortly anyways. So after a quick sweep, let's roll out a few of the new items that I picked up at the store to pimp out the patio. First, there is this lovely outdoor carpet that I managed to get on sale for half price, so that's a win right there. Next up, I have some extra seating. I bought these at Lowe's. They had plastic Muskoka chairs on for $20 each, so I grabbed 4 of them to provide extra seating for the party. Let's also bring in this fun umbrella. And I also got this really cool water feature. And now we'll bring back some of the stuff that we painted. I got a great deal on these cushions, and they happen to go really well with the umbrella. And finally, a few finishing touches. Four days ago, our backyard looked like the type of place Sarah McLachlan sings songs about. It was sad and neglected, lonely and pathetic, bland and tasteless. But now, with a little bit of hard work, we've managed to transform this space into one that we can be proud of. With a few additional knickknacks that I found at the store or that I scavenged from other parts of the house, this space now looks ready to host a party. Even the garden area is looking sharp. The flower beds are all in order now, and take a look at the rocky area. The vinegar is working great. I added a few more flowers into the mix, and everything pretty much looks shipshape back here. Now for the best part. I can open the space up, bring in some of that extra seating, and we can host a party. We now have a comfortable outdoor spot to celebrate Melissa's birthday or any occasion, which is just basically an excuse to get together with the ones you love. Isn't that what it's all about anyways? Details about the products I used in this video will be in the description box. Let me know in the comments if you liked this video and if you would like to see more of these honey-do list videos. Thanks for watching.